Shadow Rising. And yes, I did not do chapters past two days because 2 days ago I played Harry Potter in the live stream. I will continue that today. And also yesterday I had lots of work. But we will continue today. And I hope the sniffing of my part will not be recorded because I tried to fix the mic stuff. And yeah, let's just go and see what we have today. So today's chapter is called Doorways. So doorways is that... Does that mean we are going to go into the realm between, or probably not? So last time Moraine barged into the room with Elaine, and yeah, she was furious. Let's see. Okay, Moraine is cursing about Red. Okay. Okay, so Elaine is also angry. Yes. Have we seen her angry before? Like, yes, when she was attacked, but that's interesting. We breed them that way in the Two Rivers. Nynaeve's just being smug because he can counter Moraine. There will be some problems between Moraine and Nynaeve down the line, and between Nynaeve and Egwene down the line, and perhaps between Moraine and Egwene, though I'm not sure about that one, but let's see. Two Rivers women have never have any trouble with them. Yeah, I kinda don't believe you, but yeah. What did he do, Moraine? Egwene spoke. Yeah, she's a bit more calm. I like that. Oh. Moraine looks at her so angrily that Egwene's like, oh god, no! And yeah, okay. Oh, and Moraine's now looking at Georgia and Amiko. Uh-oh. Gonna be bad. So, Georgia was not bound for a moment, but isn't she the one... No, she's not the one that's stilled, okay. Okay, so apparently we've got an Elaine perspective, and I didn't notice until half a page in. So, okay, hello Elaine. Good to have you back. Hope you were cast. I think she was cast, and hope you will be done justice in the show. Which, yes, when is it coming back? We don't know. Or you perhaps know and I don't, but yeah. I also hope there will be a new trailer or something to react to, like I can't wait to see more new footage. Oh, and Elaine struggles a bit with living up to her title as the daughter heir. Elaine did not believe she had ever seen Moraine so out of her service tonight, but to be fair, she was not traveling with her. Like, she never really traveled with her. Did they even have interactions? I don't really remember. Elaine, so they did not interact in Camelin. When in book 1 and book 2 they perhaps only briefly met in Formy after the battle in the sky, and in book 3 they did not travel together as well. So perhaps sometimes in the White Tower, but she can't really know her. So interesting that she says that. But so I can't place the words she's thinking here because I just don't know if that's something that's true, or only true from her perspective. Oh, and Joya is also like, okay, Moraine's angry, that's weird. I've made arrangements. In 4 days you will be taken upriver by ship to Tarvalon and the Tower. There they are not so gentle as we have been. If you have not found... Yes, you've not found what, stupid page? Sticking together. The truth so far, find it before you reach South Harbor, or you will assuredly go to the gallows in the Traitor's Court. Won't she do that anyway? Okay, and now she tells Avienda to take them away, which is pretty cool. And yeah, by the way, if the lighting just changed, it's just because it's been 3 hours since 2 seconds ago for you. So don't question it. Let's just go with it. So Georgia is breaking under the pressure of Moraine's gaze. I like that. Okay, and Moraine is now channeling. Let's see what she does here. Oh, and it shows us how much more proficient Moraine is when she channels, and because she does it more quickly, more efficiently, and they Elaine just thinks like, yeah, we've got some miles to go yet. Yet there were some things Elaine could do, and the other two that the Aes Sedai could not. Okay, so We know that, yeah. And Amiko is now afraid of Moraine, great. Okay, so Avienda bailed because she's a bit afraid of Moraine and the others, or unsure, and so now the captain's back. Probably will escort them out of the room now. You will take these two back to their cells, Moraine told the officer curtly. Repeat your instructions. I want no mistakes. Oh, that's how we do it now, Moraine? Is that really how we do it now? The prisoners are to talk to no one except myself, not even each other. Of course. 20 men in the guard room and 2 outside each cell at all times, yes. But one of them is not still, so is that not dangerous? Very good, take them, yeah, take them. What's the matter, Elaine? You look about to cry. Yeah, what's the matter, Elaine? 3 times. Nynaeve burst out at Moraine, only 3. You have consented to help us question them. This time you vanished before we begin, and now you calmly announce you are sending them off to Tavalon. If you will not help, at least do not interfere. Yeah, she probably knows something you don't, Nynaeve, but I understand your anger. Do not presume on the Emmeline's authority too far. She may have set you to chase Leandrin, but you are still only accepted and woefully ignorant whatever letters you carry. Yes, okay. Okay, so now Moraine turns to Elaine again. Pull yourself together, Elaine. How you can carry out the Emmeline's orders if you think every land has the customs you were born to, I do not know, and I do not know why you are so upset. Do not let your feelings hurt others. Hate leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to terrible suffering. Yes, that's what Master Yoda said. What do you mean, Egwene said. What customs, what are you talking about? But Elaine was in Ren's chambers. Okay. And Moraine's like, yeah, this again. I would have spared you this if I could, Egwene, if Elaine had not let her disgust with Berlain overcome her sense. Customs of Mayenne are not those either of you were born to. Okay. I'm sorry. I read that a bit incorrectly, I think, with the intonation, but yeah, whatever. Egwene, I know what you feel for Ren, but you must realize by now that nothing can come of it. Yes, please. Please. I mean, if she hasn't realized by now, can't help her. No one can help her then. He belongs to the pattern and to history, and history is quite a good maker of love and death. And Egwene looks like Elaine, and oh, that's good. Yeah. Suddenly Egwene leaned closer, whispering behind the cupped hand, I love him like a brother, and you like a sister. I wish you well of him. Oh, I'm so stupid. That's what's going on. That's why Elaine is about to cry, because Ren was her, like, it looks as if Ren was with another girl and Elaine is in love with him. And okay. Yeah. But I think Egwene and Elaine already sorted their this tension out last book, and I like that it's that they talk about it like that, like it's solved, and Egwene affirms this here, reaffirms it. I like that. And now they hug. Oh, thank you. I love you too, sister. Oh, thank you. She got it wrong. Have you ever been in love, Moraine? Oh, whoa, wow. Wait, yeah, that's a good question. Is she in love with Ren? God, I'm so sorry. With Len? What a startling question. Elaine could not imagine the Aes Sedai in love. Moraine was blue-eyed, and it was easy said Baloo sisters gave all their passions to courses. Finally, Moraine said, I could wager I know the face of the man I will marry better than either of you knows that of your future husband. Oh. What? That came out of left field, so she will marry someone. Is it Lan? Probably not, but okay. Speculation time. Who might that be? Someone from her home city or whatever? Egwene gasped in surprise. Who? And the Aes Sedai appeared regretful of having spoken. Perhaps I only meant we shared an ignorance. Do not read too much into a few words. Oh, Moraine. Tell me more. Should I ever choose a man, should I say? It will not be Lan, she said to Nynaeve. That much I will say. I mean, that's good. I hope she makes that very clear to her. Nynaeve had what Linny would have called hard patch to hoe. Are we back with hoeing again? I like that it's getting a bit more mature with all these characters. Like, they're not that young anymore now. We've been with them for, I think my friend said 2 years. So they were like 16 when they started, or 18, 16 to 18, and now they're like 20 already. I think parents 20. Like, they grow up. Yeah, now Nynaeve's like, yeah, let's get back to the topic. How are we to decide whether Joija is lying or Amiko? Yeah. And they have questioners. Oh, and Elaine is now the negotiator. Oh, yes, the negotiator. So now they talk about Rand. He's alright now, of course. Moraine healed him. Yeah. Healed? What happened? Yeah. Like, tell them. That's important, I feel. He almost died. Yes, and I said, yeah, of course. I mean, naturally. Just normal stuff with Rand. Bubbles of evil drifting through the pattern, reflections leaping out of mirrors, random mass of blood and wounds. Almost as an afterthought, Moraine added that she was sure Perrin and Matt had experienced something of the same, but escaped unharmed. The woman must have ice instead of blood. Nah, I think she just knows how to control herself, so... Because it's no use. It's a bit like the 12th Doctor said. It's like... Yeah, it's like very harsh stuff, but... You've gotta pull through. Gotta pull through. And these things will keep on. Is there nothing you can do to stop it, or that Rand can do? Yes, can they shield them, like, against the Dark One's bubbles? Also, something I thought about is like, so the Dark One is probably like not a person. And I've said that 1,000 times already. You know, that's my assumption. It hasn't been disproven, like the Ba'alzamon stuff where he was this walking A-bag. I always thought it was just like a shell he wore, or he was inhabiting, but we even know it was Shamail, so I really like the Dark One being this just chaos appearing. So if the Dark One rules the world, it's not like the evil king that rules the world, it's like the world is just chaotic and dangerous by itself, like reality is dangerous itself. That's how I imagine the Dark One winning. Like, not some A-bag on a throne, but just the world, like just reality being bad and chaotic and rupturing. So yeah, and now Moraine's like, yeah, Rand should really try to control his abilities. Perhaps that will make something, like, perhaps that might prevent some things. Moraine can't teach him, so Nynaeve's now getting schooled. You should know better. You want to know how to use the power, Nynaeve, but you do not care to learn about the power. Saidin is not Saidar. The flows are different. The ways of weaving are different. The bird has a better chance. Okay. And Rand's stubborn, yeah. He must move. Instead, he sits here. The Terrans already begin to lose their fear of him. He sits here, and the longer he sits doing nothing, the more the Forsaken will see his inaction as a sign of weakness. The pattern moves and flows. Only the dead are still. We must act, or he will die. From a crossbow bolt in his back or poison in his food, or the Forsaken banding together to rip his soul from his body, he must act or die. That's quite ominous. Like, it's not very PG, but I mean, that's the way it is with Forsaken and the Dark One, so yeah. Yeah, and Moraine knows what is to be done. So they probably plan on training him somehow, I guess. Like, Moraine probably has a plan to train him somehow. I wonder what it is, and I also wonder if the Taint's still there. Like, we haven't heard of the Taint from Rand's perspective, I think. Perhaps I overread it, but I feel I haven't, so... As long as you understand that, you must keep it to yourselves. A plan reveals a plan doomed to fail, yeah. So she will not tell them her plan, of course not. But Elaine knows it, okay. Samael is an Ilian. The Terrans are always ripe for war with Ilianes, the other way around. They have been killing each other off and on for 1,000 years, and they speak of their chance for it as other men speak of the next feast day. Okay. Okay, yeah, so Moraine wants to take Ilian. Yeah, great stuff. Fight against Samael. That's gonna be fun. I hope that's like in the middle of the book and not at the end. I hope it's not like, yeah, Rand will now run away, and then at the end of the book they will do this. Like, that would be a bit... I don't like if plots drag so long, but I mean, if it's good, if Rand will go on a good adventure in between attacking Ilion, I'm fine with it. That's gonna be funny. Like if he goes to the like perhaps he goes to the waste, like perhaps he runs away, goes to the waste, learns stuff about his past, and then accepts his like fate or whatever, and then goes back to attack Ilion. Perhaps that's what he needs to do in this book. That would be okay. Like, that would be cool. But I think that's the only running away that I want from Rand right now. Like, run away to find out about your roots, not run away and do random stuff. So yeah, he must face the Dark One in the end, so he should train on the Forsaken. Yeah, why not? That's good. It's good. Yeah, and Elaine is having some flashbacks to her teachings, like the teachings her mother gave her. And Moraine's like, yeah, you were taught to rule from a very early age. Yeah. Yet sometimes it seems ignorance would be better, to be a farm woman knowing nothing beyond the boundaries of her fields. Yeah. Oh, this is so weird. So Nynaeve now goes off on an misandrist rant against men because men kill things. I mean, she's not wrong, but I don't know. Because I guess in this world, Aes Sedai, like, went to bigger wars in the past, but yeah, whatever. I don't know. It's weird. What makes this war of yours better, Moraine? What makes it cleaner? Elaine? Moraine said quietly. Okay, let's go. War will come whether Rand begins it or not, she said. Yeah, that's true. A Forsaken will not stand idly and wait. Samael cannot be the only one to have seized the nation's reins, just the lone one we know. They will come after Rand eventually, in their own person perhaps, but certainly with whatever armies they command. Did Matt not tell her that her mother's like not corrupted herself, but that's like Caemlyn is done, Andor is done? Yeah, and so they have problems with nations ruled by Forsaken. They have problems with nations not ruled by Forsaken because they might turn against Rand because they think he's false. And the war will come, yeah. And Moraine's like, very good. You were taught good. Well, you know, whatever. Yet incomplete, okay. Nothing makes this war better or cleaner, except that it will cement the Terrans to him, and the Elaners will end up following him just as the Terrans do now. How could they not once the Dragon Banner flies over Ilion? Just the news of his victory might decide the wars in Tarabon and Arad Doman in his favor. There are wars ended for you. Yeah. That's good. Perhaps it would happen. Like, perhaps two nations being under his command, and the others would be like, okay, perhaps he's not false, and it would be easier. In one stroke, he will make himself so strong in terms of men and swords that only a coalition of every remaining nation from here to the Blight can defeat him. Yeah, and also the North is, like, on his side already. Like, the Blight areas might be on his side, partly. Like, Massima and his guys, they're pretty adamant on being with Rand already, so... He must move first, be the hammer, not the nail. Love that line. And what does he do? He reads himself into deeper trouble. Yeah, okay. Fine. How can reading put him in trouble? He decides to find out for himself what the prophecies of the dragon say. They may have been proscribed in Tyr, but the chief librarian had 9 different translations in the log chest. Oh, that's unfortunate. Which one is the correct one? Okay, so we've got a new prophecy. I will mark the page. It's from the Carrion cycle probably, but I don't know. Power of the shadow made human flesh, wakened to turmoil, strife, and ruin. The reborn one, marked and bleeding, dances the sword in dreams and mist, chains the shadow soul to his will. From the city, lost and forsaken, leads the spears to war once more, breaks the spears and makes them see truth long hidden in the ancient dream, the Emerald Nightmare. Now, I don't know which dream she's talking about, but so let's guess a bit, because that's what we're here for, also guessing prophecies. So, reborn one, marked and bleeding, so he was marked and bleeding by the weird bubbles of destiny. Dances the sword in dreams and mist. Yeah, so that's Kalandor. So he has Kalandor. Changed the Shadow Thorn to his will. From the city lost and forsaken. So he might first go to Ilion and then go to the waste. Because then it says leads the spears to war once more. Might be only the maidens of spear, might be all Aiel. Breaks the spears and makes them see. So he will... there will be some change he will induce in the Aiel. Truth long hidden in the ancient dream. He might get something from Tel'aran'rhiod or some information that will make the Aiel change somehow. And I guess it is also probably he will go to Ruidean. Because I somehow suspect that will be something dreamy, because we always hear they go to Ruidean. And I don't think that it will be a normal place. It will be a place connected to Tel'aran'rhiod, I call it now. So those are my guesses or my hypotheses on this matter. Okay, so Moraine says again, yeah, this is a bit iffy. We don't really know what is what. But she says, might be that Ilion is the Forsaken City. Lead the Terran spears to war, chain Samael, and he has fulfilled the verse. No, I think the verse is talking about different stuff. Like, I guess that they will chain Samael, perhaps. But I don't think it's Terran spears, it's probably spears from Aiel. He even has a copy in the old tongue, as if he understood 2 words. He runs after Shadows and Samael, and or Ravine or Lanfair might have him by the throat before I can convince him of his mistake. Okay, he's desperate. Yeah, of course he's desperate. I mean, why wouldn't he be desperate? He was attacked by weird bubble stuff. So am I desperate, Moraine said firmly. I have dedicated my life to finding him, and I will not let him fail if I can prevent it. I am almost desperate enough to let it be enough that I will do what I must. Okay, there's weird stuff she's planning again. Okay, so now Moraine says to Gwen and Nynaeve and Elaine basically, yeah, you have an order to follow, go to the Black Archer and after them. And Elaine's like, no. Okay. You kept many secrets, Moraine, but tell us this. What do you mean to do to him? Do to him nothing. Oh, very well. There is no reason you should not know. You have seen what the Terrans call the Great Holding? No, I have not, but please feel free to explain it to me. Oh, they have a treasury of Terrangreal and Sangreals, I guess. Yeah, okay, they've got a vault full of magic stuff. So Liandrin and friends did not take something from there, at least they haven't found anything. There is one particular Terrangreal in the holding, a thing like a red stone door frame, subtly twisted to the eye. If I cannot make him reach some decision, I may have to step through. Okay, another gateway Terrangreal. Interesting, what would it mean? And she's afraid of that, she's afraid of it. Why? And Gwen touches her Terrangreal, yes. And we get a reminder of what they are. Terrangreal, fragments of the Age of Legends, like Engrail and Sangreal, if more numerous. Terrangreal used the one power instead of magnifying it. Each had apparently been made to do one thing and one thing alone, but though some were used now, no one was sure if those uses were anything like what they had been made for. The oath rod on which a woman took the 3 oaths on being raised as a die was a Terrangreal that made those oaths part of her flesh and bone, yeah. Again, they talk about the 3 archway. And yeah, they are dangerous because people die when using them sometimes. I saw that doorway in the last room on the end of the hall. My lamp went out and I fell 3 times before I made it to the door. I was afraid to channel in there, even to relight the lamp. Much of it looks rubbish to me. Yeah, but be careful there. I wouldn't channel there down there like you might like activate a nuke or whatever. Okay, and you don't have to channel through the archway, you just have to step through. And you can gain answers by doing it. Why? Okay, oh, it's similar. It's again, past, present, future. You get an answer about the past, the present, and the future. So weird. What will happen if you step through though? I hope we see it from her perspective down the line that she goes through that and we see some weird stuff. So also someone recommended chapter 25 and 6. I might read them together. Like, I will do that gladly. So I read that. I have not responded to comments yet because I had a lot to do. We'll do that tomorrow probably, so I will answer all comments tomorrow. Why haven't you told us of this before? Yeah, what's happening if you go through? There are rules, of course, and dangers. No one may step through more than once, only once. Of course. I mean, I already suspected that. You may ask 3 questions, but you must ask all 3 and hear the answers before you may leave. Oh god. Yeah, you might ask something and the answer is eternally long and you just die of thirst or something. Yeah, that's interesting. I like that. That's a cool idea. Frivolous questions are punished, it seems. But it also seems what may be serious for one can be frivolous coming from another. Most importantly, questions touching the shadow have dire consequences. Why? Ah, okay, yeah. If you ask about the Black Archer, you might be returned dead or come out gibbering madwoman. Yeah. Again, Baal, the Dark One is a shadow eldritch thing. You will appear into its dimension and it will just go mad. It's just Lovecraftian god thing. So, yeah. Like, am I supposed to have understood this already, or is it like because I love Lovecraft and it like see it here that it's like, was that clear to you that it's like this? Perhaps it's not the way. Let's not discuss it because it might not be like this. But if it's a dark eldritch entity dimension thing that the Dark One is, and it's not a person but an event or whatever concept god thing, you know, like Cthulhu or Azathoth or Nyarlathotep. Yeah, whatever. It fits so well, so whatever. I wonder if Robert Jordan has indeed read Lovecraft. Yeah, so what will lead her to ask stuff? I mean, it also makes sense then that if you like see the Dark One and its true nature or its true thing, of course you go mad because per definition, if you see an eldritch thing, you go mad. It's just, that's how it is. And I kind of hope we, you know what I really want? I wanted someone to go mad and to read it from Jordan because I love that. Like, I love writing people that go mad. So in my stories, people often go mad. And it's like, it's an art form. And I think Robert Jordan would be far better than me. So I would really love to see him write someone that's getting mad because they watched the Dark One. So, from their perspective, they're so fun. So much fun. Anyway. Okay, so Moraine knows her stuff from Mayenne because there the Terangriel stood a long time and it helped Mayenne to stay autonomous from Tyr. Okay, so and they gifted Tyr the Terangriel to show them, yeah, we really are like, you're more important than we are under your control and we bow to you, whatever. So that's also probably why Berylane is here. That makes Berylane so interesting. Because she has the Mayenne mindset probably. And I can't wait to explore what she thinks and why she does that. So she probably is like, okay, Mayenne, we are effed by these guys. Now is our chance, new leader. Let's like make him friends so we don't have problems anymore. For a time. I guess that's why she did it. That also is pretty, like she was about to sell her body for Mayenne. Country? Is it a country or is it a county? Like, it sounds like a county of Tyr that's like, it's like Taiwan, you know? A bit like that, it sounds like that. Yeah, so it's very, that's pretty disturbing what she tried to do then. Like, she tried to sell her body to save her, like, country thing, county. You know what I mean? That's interesting. I want more Berylane now. That is so good. Oh, and the High Lord had used it, so it was no good to him, and he, yeah. Okay, it's a nation, so it's a country. So it's, yeah, it's basically like Taiwan and China. Yeah. I mean, Mayenne is its own country. And Terran is its own country. Just saying, and you know what I mean. Yeah, and Moraine's like, yeah, then question the other 2 ding-dongs again, and yeah. And yeah, they're supposed to concentrate on Tanjiko because that's easier, I guess. And because Acidine Waters can guard Mushroom Time. So it would be very hard for 3 people to get him. So yeah, that makes sense. I would do the same. I would do the same. Yeah, but Moraine says, you have to decide on your own, but I would recommend that. Good night. Okay. Great. And now they're drinking. Great. And now they're talking about Rand again and their feelings. I mean, great. That's good. It's good that they talk. I like that. Like, talk to each other. Don't be dumb again and don't talk to each other. That's very good. Talk about this. Yeah, now Elaine's like, yeah, did Min know something when we joked about sharing him? Like, when he loves you. No, I don't think he does anymore. That is very well, but Beryl Lane was in his chambers. Yeah, about that. Oh, it's such a harsh situation. So I have such a different view on it now that I know how my Yen and Tyrion relationship is. It's so bad. Oh, I'm so sorry for her. And like she was like trying to still be proud, like to look proud and stuff. And now it also fits that her outward appearance is so proud, so as to not let herself get down by things she has to do and stuff. I guess perhaps I'm over interpreting this and it's different and she's really just this arrogant bee, something like that, but I don't really think so. So I can't wait. I hope we get her perspective. 2 days ago she was casting eyes at Ruark. In 2 more she'll be smiling at Sonis. No, Ruark is also leader of the Aiel. Like, if she was like with Ruark, she would have the Aiel on her side. She's just doing political things with her body, which is, oh god, poor Berlane. Like, oh god. She was wearing even less than usual, if that's possible. Yeah, why not? So, oh god, this is so dark. It's very dark, but I'm glad they address stuff like this. Do you mean to let her have him then? No, Elaine said. And Elaine is like, I want to marry him. Oh god, what will my mother say? I mean, Rand is technically the king of Terra or whatever, so I mean, it's like a political marriage now, so it's even better now. Oh, Matt told them that Gabriel is evil, and Elaine doesn't believe her for some reason. Okay, what? Ah, because she hadn't heard of him. That's so weird. And now they drink wine. Okay. So, you discovered you're in love with Rand Elaine, and Gwen has discovered she isn't. I have eyes and ears when you don't take the trouble to whisper. What do you mean to do about it, yeah? If that chit Elaine has so close to him, it will not be easy to pry them loose. Is Berelaine the third woman? How long does Rand have? A year or 2? He's a man who can channel. Remember what you were taught, remember what he is, yeah. And Elaine's like, I don't care, I'm foolish, perhaps, but I don't care, I love him. Oh, that's pretty sweet. I didn't expect it from her, but also a bit I did. Like, yeah, it's so cool. Can't wait until this is done to reread the series and to reread the scene where they meet first time to look for hints and stuff. Yeah, what do you mean to do about it? Berlaine may look soft, she certainly makes men see her so, but I do not think she is. Yeah, she's like politically so probably, she's probably very intelligent. Yeah, and Gwen, of course, is evilly thinking again about, I want to stuff her in a barrel, send her back to Mayenne. I mean, technically, if she just told Rand, hey, Tyr's kind of effing up my country, and Rand's like, Tyr, stop that. I mean, he would just do that, I guess. So he would be like, you know what, you can have independence without ever being threatened by Tyr again. When you, if you should send your armies as well, like I would just do that. And I would then go to, perhaps if he has Ilion under control after that, I would go to Ilion and say, if they attack Mayenne, attack Tyr. Like for safety. I mean, that won't hold forever, but at least until Rand's dead, I guess so. And you can't like plan these things for thousands of years. Like things don't stay the same. Squabbles will happen, states will fall and rise. So you know what I mean. But at least for a short time, it will be peace and protected. And Elaine's like, oh god, it was supposed to be different. I wanted to slowly learn to know the man I was about to marry and blah blah blah. It's so sad, but yeah, I think this is a bit more exciting. I hardly know Rand. I've talked with him no more than half a dozen times in the space of a year, but I knew I loved him 5 minutes after I first set eyes on him. Okay. So I can't wait to reread this scene in the garden. I had some vibes there, I think, But I don't remember. Do you remember? Did I have vibes? Did I see this coming? Was I seeing this? Because I see these things, or was I just not getting that? What can I do? He has never looked at me twice. And the two rivers, Gwen said so lowly, if a woman wants a man to know she is interested in him, she puts flowers in his hair at Beltane or Sunday. Or she might embroider a feast day shirt for him anytime. Or make a point of asking him to dance and no one else. I am not suggesting you embroider a t-shirt, but there are ways to let him know how you feel. I mean, the flowers thing's kind of cute, you could do that. And I mean, Gwen has life hacks for Elaine here, it's pretty funny, I like that. And I think Gwen doesn't fit with Rand. In the show they didn't, like, in the show they already moved apart. In the books they did later, but in both media I had the feeling they were not meant for each other. And the relationship that they, in the show they played it out too much, that they were breaking up and stuff. Like, in the end they just broke up, and it was like in the first episode they just broke up. It's like they said, yeah, I understand, let's go each other's ways, and that was it. And I mean, that's already like, they like took development from 3 books and already made that the status quo in the series, and then went back on it for some stupid reason and put Perrin in the mix for some stupid reason, but you know what I mean? Mayena's belief in speaking out. Perhaps that is the best way. Just tell him right out. At least he'll know how you feel then. And then she's like, no, I'm not gonna be like a Mayena. What will mothers say here? What's more important is what you will do when we have to leave here. Whether it's Tantikor or the tower or somewhere else, we will have to go. What will you do when you've just told him you love him and you must leave him behind? If he asks you to stay with him if you want to, I will go. Yeah, because he still has to die, but he could be her warder. Yeah, she says, I still have to go, yes. Rand is not the only one who might die next year or next month. We might do too. Times are not what they were. If you sit and wish for what you want, you may not see it this side of the grave. Wow, what a way to end the chapter. With Schilling sort of reassuring, but Elaine nodded. She was not being silly. If only the Black Archer could be settled so easily. She pressed her empty silver goblet to her forehead for the coolness. What were they to do? Loved this one. Loved one of my... I think this was my favorite chapter of this book. It was so personal, and we learned more lore, and we had a new prophecy. What more can you wish for anyway? If you like this, consider liking, subscribing, as always. Hopefully see you tomorrow. And today will be Harry Potter live stream again at probably 11 p.m. German time, something like that. Look out for the stream and perhaps you will join me, and I hope I can fix the sound a bit better this time as well. And I will definitely try to not be a ghost this time. And yeah, hope you have a great day, and see you soon. Bye.